What's up, family? Just trying to get situated real quick. So I have a so y'all can see my shirt as a reminder that it's not just a shirt that that I really love, but a reminder as you're watching this live, so get embedded in your spirit, your heart, your mind, that you were created with a purpose, and get curious about what your purpose is, and get also get serious about getting started on a quest with Christ to learn what your purpose is, so you can start living a meaningful life, a purposeful life, a intentional life, making intentional decisions that coincide with you fulfilling the purpose why you were created. All right, so the peace of Christ needed in your life struggles. When I tell you, it has been it has been a long journey for me, and I'm gonna tell you what has truly got me through is the peace of Christ. The Bible tells us to let the rule of Christ, let the peace of Christ rule our hearts. And that's very important, because whether it's decisions that we've made or just things that comes with life, based on how God designed our lives to be, how He planned for our lives to go, like, it's inevitable. The struggles of life, the struggles in life, we are going to encounter them. And what causes us to lose faith, what causes us to lose heart, what causes us to get discouraged, become stressed out, depressed, and just weary in the struggles of life that we go through, is because we're thinking of how we are feeling. We are reminded how we are feeling. We are experiencing what we are feeling in these discomfort and uncomfortable situations that we go through, and it feels like it's never ending. It feels like this is the heaviest of a burden that I've ever experienced in my life. And we focus on that burden. We focus on those situations, those hardships. If we focus on the storms that we go through, so much so that because we are focusing our attention and our energy in on our current reality, like, we lose sight of Christ. For those who believe, we lose sight of the one who created us, the one who's walking with us, the one who's leading us. And because we lose sight and lose focus on Him, we step outside of that peace. We step outside of that peace bubble. We step outside of that peace shield. We step outside of that peace covering. And we enter not only into a realm, because everything happens in the spiritual realm before it happens in the natural, the physical realm. We step outside of the realm where our peace is to a realm of torment, a realm of fear, a realm of worry, the doubt, and we lose sight of the author and the finisher of our faith, which the Bible tells us to fix our sight and our focus on Him, because He went through everything that we've been through in life, yet He did it perfectly. we lose sight of him, so we let go of our faith. And what has kept me is the peace of Christ. I mean, through the marriage struggles, through the financial struggles, through the professional struggles, through the social struggles, through through the struggles of life in general. And it is the peace of Christ that has kept me more so than anything. And also my believing in that this isn't it. Believing that it's much more than this. Believing that this is just a part of a process that I must go through in life, because I'm believing that God has created me for much more, created me for much better, created me to be more than who I am, and what I go through in life, whether it's my decisions or it's just by design in terms of his plan for my life. This is just part of the process. And yes, it don't feel good, and no, I like it. It's breaking me down inside. It's me believing that he's building me up within, but more in him, because he needs to break me from my carnal, my worldly way of thinking. With his word, need to wash and renew my mind, so I can think like Christ, so I can view things like Christ. And as I act out the thoughts and which that I have, that's aligned with Christ's characteristics and who the Bible, who his word says I should be, how I should act, how I should behave, how I should live, then I'm becoming who he created me to be. But it's the breaking that has to occur from the situations and circumstances that I go through in life, the struggles that I must overcome. That's what's building me up in him. But these situations and circumstances of life that I'm encountering, it is a must for that which is his goal to occur. But it is the peace of Christ that has helped me get through it. So when you're going through your struggles, where is your faith? Who is your faith in? And it's not to question you, it's more to challenge you, because the struggles of life are inevitable. And if your focus isn't on the one, if your faith isn't in the one that gives you that peace, you won't have that peace. So yes, you still have to go through the struggles in life, but it's going to be much harder to get through it. And because you don't have the right perspective as to why you have to go through the struggles in life, then yes, it's going to make it much harder. But the mission, the reason, the goal for God, and his purpose for why you have to go through it, it won't be manifested inside of you. It'll be like a wasted trial. It'll be like a wasted struggle, because you're not learning from a spiritual aspect. So when you move forward in life, you won't move in his wisdom. That's going to prevent you from going through it, but also creating a level of faith inside of you, and a reminder for the next struggle that you go through. He got me through the last time when I didn't see or know a way. So because he did it for me last time, this is the same God who is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He's going to get me through this. I just have to hold on to my faith. I have to continue to walk with him, move in his wisdom, in his direction, and his guidance, not losing heart, not losing faith, not losing the courage to get up and go at it and be at it every single day until I overcome it with the mindset of, yes, I have to go through it, but what am I to learn from this? What is this struggle or trial to teach me. Give me a second, a quick pause. I'm gonna go in here and purchase something real quick. Good morning, how you doing? Pretty good, man. These things are looking like really good and refreshing. Man, not really, not too bad. You?
No, not really. Been slow, but been chilling.
Not bad. How's school?
Good. I'm on what is summer break right now.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I've just been bored the whole time. Watching YouTube.
It's all good. You take care of yourself. As always, it's always good to see you.
You too.
Uh-huh. Hey, question. By any chance, can I have a cup holder?
Huh?
Do you guys have any cup holders?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Take care of yourself.
Yes, sir. You as well.
Uh-huh. What is it? Hold on, let me get in my car. I can't do much. I have this drinks in my hand. I don't want to drop it. Okay, hold on. Text my wife back real quick. Man, it's warm out here in Texas, let me tell you. Hey, let me get set up real quick and I got you. Okay, I think I'm ready. Let's get it. Oh. Man, when I tell you, God has really been man, wife and I next month, next month, July, I think 15th, we will be married for 8 years. When I tell you, it has been a hard 8 years. Like, truly hard. It has been a hard 8 years. You know what I mean? Like, and when I speak of the peace of Christ, man, it has really kept me throughout these 8 years. It truly has. It has truly kept me throughout these 8 years. It's just, believing that is better. Just believing that it's more, and it's just tied to my faith, and it has nothing to do with who I am. It just has everything to do with how faithful God is. You know what I'm saying? And so when I speak of the peace of Christ, I can like uncover things to you I can give you context to help you further understand where, like, the heart in which the place that I'm coming from and encouraging you from, for you to like really know and understand that, like, it's not just something I'm coming on here and like, hey, stick it through. Hey, you got this. Hey, like everything's gonna be okay. When those are, it, that is the case. Everything is going to get better for you, and like it's working out for your good, as Romans 8:28 informs, also encourages us to keep going. Like it is truly real. Like the peace of Christ is something else. Like, but it requires you to believe. It requires you to hold on to your faith, to continue to move in in this place of peace that you need. And the best analogy that I can give, or example I can give, is when it's raining outside and you have an umbrella. Depending on the level in which it's raining, your feet might be wet. Like your feet might get wet. But it's like you're not really tripping because like the rest of your body is covered. You just getting little splashes on your feet from walking in the rain. You know what I'm saying? Like, but because you have an umbrella, like you like, man, thank God I brought my umbrella today. Because if you didn't, you would get soaking wet, like to a point where like you take your, like you can literally like wring out your clothes, and all this water comes out, like, but you covered by the umbrella, like, but you covered by his blood. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what you go through, it's like that the umbrella is giving you that peace when you're walking in the rain. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's the blood of Christ that gives us that peace in those storms of life that we go through. And just like we have to like hold on to that umbrella, our peace when it's raining, we have to hold on to his blood. We have to hold on to him in the storms of life. And that's what, it's that covering that helps us get through the storms of life, not being drenched, not being weighed down by the burdens of life and the storms that we go through. It's his peace that we have to hold on to. It's that faith in him we have to hold on to. And that helps us prevent from losing hope in what it seems like a hopeless situation. But we have to believe and know that we're going to be okay. We have to believe and know that we're going to overcome. We have to believe and know this is just a season in our lives. Like spring is the season where it's a lot of rain, but after spring, what comes next? Summer comes next. So it's like it's not raining as much, but we are seeing more brighter days than what we've seen in the season of spring. So just like in the spring when it's raining, and like we like, man, I can't wait till the summer comes. We can go to the beach, we can go to water parks, like we can enjoy our clothing, we can change, we can put on shorts now. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have to wear long sleeves and hoodies and stuff like that where we have to in the winter. But we can look forward to the things changing in the summer seasons. So just like we know that season is coming, we have to know the season, a better season, a brighter season. Like the conditions will change when this season of the storms of life that we're going through, but we have to look forward to those seasons. We have to look forward to him who changes those conditions for us. Yes, we have to move and act as if that those seasons and those conditions has changed in this current seasons that we're in. There we can place our hope in and knowing that a brighter day is coming. Better circumstances and situations are coming. Better conditions will be. And we have to act as if in the form of knowing that, like, man, I'm good. Like, knowing that we're good now, although there are things, the one changes that, who make things better. And when we do that, that's how we are able to activate his peace that the Bible describes that surpasses all understanding. And when we know everything is going to be okay, it helps us to be okay in this season that we are in. But if we don't believe that, we will become subject to what we're going through now and overcome by the circumstances and the situations that we are encountering right now. Look, we have to go through it anyway. Why not go through it from a victorious standpoint opposed to a victim mindset like standpoint? Because when we go through it as a victim, we feel every bit of what we are going through. We are going to be defeated in every moment, every second, every hour of our go through. When we have that victim state of why I have to go through this. I'm doing everything that I can. Why is this happening to me? Why me? And your petition is valid. Your heart posture and what you're going through is valid. But that's not going to change anything. When we develop the mindset of knowing I have to go through this, it's that mindset that create that opportunity that we know that's before us in the here and the now of benefiting from this hardship, this struggle, this storm that we're going through. But it's only when we have the right mindset, because come the right mindset comes the right perspective that produces the right attitude. Which give birth to a new heart, a new spirit, a new opportunity for the new that God is transitioning us into. That aligns us with his plan, with his purpose that he has for us in life. And when that happens, we can further come under his covering and also his lordship that's going to propel us forward in fulfilling the purpose as to why he created us. But that's only when we make the decision to walk through these storms that we go through in every season of our lives as a victor and also as a child of his. Now things can begin to move in place. Things can begin to be positioned, even more so us, for that good and perfect will that God has for our lives. But it is only when we make the decision to get up and carry that weight that's ours to carry and give the rest to Christ that is for him to carry. He said, come all who are weary and I will give you rest. That's like come all who are weary and I will give you peace. But that is with faith being attached to him who is able to do more, to do all that we ask and more, like exceedingly and abundantly more. But that is attached to faith, allowing the peace of Christ to rule our hearts. So when we are going through the tough times in life, like that is being attached to faith in him. Not faith in the money, because he can definitely create, or we can find ourselves in a situation where we can have all the money in the world, but it's not going to buy us new health. It can be situations to where our money, our finances become exhausted to where it's like, okay, now what you gonna do? You don't have the money to provide for, like, then what we're gonna do? So it's deeper and it's thicker, it's further, it's much more than the money. Relationships. Well, what if the one who we depended on to get through, the one we always call for, that advice, that peace, that encouragement, what if for whatever reason we lose contact with them? Or God called them home because they fulfilled their purpose. God called them home because now they're no longer needed here because they fulfilled their purpose. What are we going to do now? Who are we going to call on now? So our peace, it can't be in money. Our peace can't be should I say our peace can't be in money, and our peace can't be relied upon money or other individuals, because they become our idols, because we place them in the number one spot where God belongs. So God have a way of shaking some things up in our lives to show us and to remind us, I'm Lord, I'm God, I'm King, I am the creator, I am the beginning and ending, I am the I am. And unfortunately, but fortunately, that comes with some shaking that causes us to a loss. But it's not a loss, it's more so of a gain, because then when we lose them, or when we lose that person, or if we lose that, then now in wisdom we know to place God there, to place Jesus there, because he's our rock. He's supposed to be our foundation. But when he is not, there has to be a rude awakening to remind us where our faith is supposed to be, who our faith is supposed to be in. And then that's when we can shift to where our peace comes from. And there's nothing or no one external, but internal, because it is Christ that lives inside of us. And because Christ lives inside of us, that peace that we need to get through, to overcome, to conquer, to rule, to have dominion, as the instruction, be fruitful, multiply, have dominion, and rule, it comes from within, because we get that from Christ, and Christ is inside of us. Yay. Makes sense? So it's the rule of Christ that we all need in our struggles of life. because that peace does not come with an expiration date. We can step from under his covering. Peter, step out of the boat. Come to me. That's Peter walking on water when he was focused and his faith was strong in Christ. He was his attention, his focus, his like everything was focused on Jesus and walking to Jesus, so he was able to walk on water. But when the storms and it's crazy, like it just hit me. I never looked at it like this. The times that I read and heard people speak about it, considering Jesus told the waves and the winds to be still, and there was a calm that came. What happened was, considering he controlled the winds, controlled the waves, controlled all of the storms that occurs, I would argue that maybe Jesus created that. What's going on over here? Check this out as I close with this. When the disciples was in the boat and they seen someone walking towards them on water, Peter said, "Lord, is that you?" And as he appeared closer, Jesus answered. And Jesus answered, and he further told Peter to come to him. Right? Keep in mind though, he can control the waves and the winds, and he can tell it, hush, be still, and calm. He controlled all of that. So he told Peter to step out of the boat and come to him. Mind you, controlling the winds and everything, right? So Peter coming to him, who's to say that Jesus didn't create or cause for the wind to begin to rise up and make these? You ever heard the wind blowing really hard? You can hear the sound in the background from the aggression that, like, you feel me? So what if Jesus told him to come out so he can walk in faith? See that long as you have faith and you focus on me, you're able to make the mountains move. In another story and passage, this faith of a mustard seed, you can tell this mountain to move and it would move, right? So him showing Peter, as long as you have faith in me, no matter what's going on around you, you can stand firm and get through the storms of life. And as Peter started to focus on the winds and the howling of the winds, he started to focus on that. He started to sink. And Jesus told him, such little faith. So it's like he was showing him, when you focus on the circumstances and the situations around you, then you become subject to those things. But when you focus on me, you're able to get through what you wouldn't be able to get through had you focus on the things that are around you. So I want to encourage you, I want to encourage myself, no matter what's going on around you, as long as you hold on to your faith, as long as you focus on Jesus and know that he is able, as long as you able to know and hold on to your faith that this is seasonal and this is not anything to break you down, but to build you up in him, and look forward to the coming seasons where the conditions change from spring to summer. The conditions are different. Like we can wear shorts now. We don't really need an umbrella. We don't really need hoodies and jackets and so on and so forth that we need in the winter months. But that everything changes to now we can enjoy the brighter days. As long as you look forward to that, you can get out of the boat walking in faith towards and with Jesus, knowing that he's taking you somewhere. Then you're able to have that peace that you need in the summer and these storms of life that you're going through, because you know this isn't it. You know there's much more to come. And another reason why I'm able to believe and know, in addition to he has showed me how faithful he is all these years of my life, all the storms that I've been through, he has showed his faithfulness, but also what he gives to all of us, dreams and visions. When he gives us visions and showing us what's to come, where we will be, oftentimes is in a better state that we are currently in, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, circumstantially. Like when we see the better than where we are in those visions, in those dreams, we can shift our memory back to, this is what he showed me where I would be. And because I believe this where I would be, or I believe this how things will become, then that let me know I'm not here to stay. So I can now further walk in confidence in him, with him, knowing this isn't it. There are brighter days. There are ways he is planning to use me than what it looks like now, so I can have the courage to get up and walk. I can have the confidence to get up and keep going. I can have the strength not to just lay there, but run through that wall that I know I can run through, because I'm walking, I'm living, I'm operating, and I'm holding on to my faith in him who makes it all possible. So you hold on to your faith and ask him to give you that peace, because he said, come all who are weary and I will give you rest. For my yoke is easy, for my burden is easy, and my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Give him all your troubles. Give him all your fears. Give him all your struggles. Give him all of you and walk with him. Allow him to show you the way, the direction. Allow him to show you the people who need to be in your life and who will no longer be in your life. Letting that go, letting them go, letting all that's not yours, that fear, that doubt, that worry, give all that to him. Cast it at his feet. He said, come to my throne of grace with confidence, knowing. And that's where your faith should be. And the author and the finisher of our faith, Jesus Christ, because he gives us the authority to stand firm in our struggles, because we are more than conquerors in him and we will overcome it. But we have to hold on to our faith and knowing, believing that this is just a seasonal thing. What you need me to do right now? What are you trying to teach me? In fact, use me in this in my struggles that I'm in now to encourage, to push, to help others get through what I'm going through. Have your way with me, Lord, from now and forever, so your finished work will be done in me, and may the way I live my life, the way I treat and speak to others, may they know that I'm your disciples by the way that I love, because my love is a reflection of your love, and it is your love operating in me that I'm sharing your love with others. So when people see me, they will see you, and they'll know where it comes from, because I will share that it is because the gospel of Jesus Christ, it is because of him that I am able. And what you are doing in me, may they see that work in me, knowing that it is bigger than me because it will outlast me, and it's so impactful, and it is so effective in such a way no single human hands can do, but it is the power and the work of the Holy Spirit that is doing this work through me to reach them, to bring them back to you through me. And may your name be glorified in all that we speak and all that we do, because ultimately it is you and it is Christ that gives us that rule, that gives us that power, that gives us that peace, that gives us that authority to tell that mountain to move. But that is attached to faith and believing and knowing who our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is, and also our submission and submission to God's will, as well as our surrendering to Him, allowing Him to do His work in, to, through, and for us. So you hold on in whatever season that you are in, glorifying Him in whatever season you are in, praising Him in whatever season that you are in, because it's all broken down in seasons. You have your winter seasons, you have your fall seasons, you have your spring seasons, you also have your summer seasons, which each one of those seasons comes with trials, but it's the knowing that the season is going to change. So that means no matter what you're going through, you are going to get through, but you need to know who's the one that will navigate you through as a victor in your victories, so you will not fall victim to circumstances where you are meant to reign, where you are meant to thrive, where you are meant to be successful, not a victim and being living life in defeat. But that is only found in Jesus Christ. And it is tied to your believing, it's tied to your faith, it is tied to your confidence, it is tied to your decision every single day to get up and keep going, but being empowered by the Holy Spirit with the goal in mind of pleasing God, living a life for Him, fulfilling His purpose as to why He created you. And when you begin to do that, you'll begin to see things move in your life, but at a different level, because it's not things that you are moving. It's things that God is things that Jesus is moving right before your eyes, and things that He has already moved and made way for your arrival before you even got there. How you think you was able to walk through that door without having to persuade, without having to manipulate, without having to um, um, go above and beyond? You walk by faith, and by sight. You were able to see what God can do only when you are obedient and you are walking with His Son Jesus Christ. And that is real spill for you. All right, but I got to get in here. I felt that in my spirit to share, because struggles of life, they comes, they also go. We need to make sure that we are moving in alignment with Christ, to make sure when they come, they are supposed to go when they are supposed to, and the work that He's doing within inside of us as those seasons come and goes, it is developing, it is maturing, it is growing, it is doing the work inside of us that God needs to be done inside of us, so He can begin to do the things outside of us in our obedience according to His plan, with our faith, moving, trusting, and believing that this is what He created me to do, so I'm going to do it with confidence, because greater is He, the greater is He who is in me than He is who is in the world. So it's just holding on to that, believing that, and just walking in that, and knowing that's what that is. All right, hold on to your faith, keep moving. Ask for Christ to give you that peace that surpasses all understanding. You don't have to do all this extra stuff that you need to, that you might be used to or taught, the drinking, the smoking. I've done it all. Those are temporary fixes. Those are temporary distractions to unhappiness. It is the peace of Christ that gives us that peace. And also it is Christ that gives us that joy. And that comes supernaturally through our natural. I shall say that comes natural through his supernatural. And it's just knowing that, believing that, and operating in that. All right, until we meet again, I love you guys. Stay blessed. Peace.